शांति।
Om Shanti.
सभी को ओम शांति। सतगुरुवार का दिन है।
This is the day of the Satguru.
आंटिया बैठी है। अच्छा।
Dadi is welcoming Auntie.
बड़ी खुशी की बात। सीता कहाँ है?
And asking about the rest of the family.
सामने आओ, वही सीता को साथ बिठाओ, कोने में नहीं बैठो।
And inviting Sister Sita to come in front.
आओ आओ आओ। कला सीता को जगह दो। नजदीक यहाँ दूसरी लाइन में। Om Shanti.
Om Shanti and good morning of Satguru's day. So what shall I say today?
जिन्होंने चंद्रमणि दादी को देखा था हाथ उठाओ।
Put your hands up if you've seen Chandramani Dadi.
जिन्होंने चंद्रमणि दादी को देखा था हाथ उठाओ। आज 8 साल हो गया।
Today it is 8 years since she left the physical form.
चंद्रमणि दादी ने ज्ञान सरोवर में 2 साल अच्छी तपस्या करके
And Dadi did 2 years of powerful tapasya, creating powerful vibrations in Gyan Sarovar. But I am very, very fortunate, multi-million times fortunate. Do you know why? Because she was my Brahmani. That means to say Dadi Janki got the course from her. So Mama had asked Dadi Janki to be in the company of Dadi Chandramani in the beginning. And the two were together doing service in Punjab. And also in foreign countries, there was the opportunity to do a lot of tapasya there. She went to Mauritius, to Africa, but perhaps not to America. I don't think so. She went to Africa, Asia. She did go to America. So within a short period of time, her tapasya and her renunciation did a great deal of work. It is through tapasya that service happens. Dadi had done service through her tapasya. And this is why she is number one in this. In all the Brahmin clan, she is the number one. And everyone has accepted this in their heart. And since today, she is the number one who had surrendered all of her family into the yagya. She was about the 4th daughter in her family, and Dadi Janki knew her family since early childhood, and so she showed the wonder of the 4th child, that she got the entire family surrendered. Her mother and father were completely surrendered as under her inspiration. And so Baba had said there is no other soul like this one. So 4 generations of her family are enjoying happiness of the Brahman life. There must be at least 100 members of her family in Gyan. And all of them are in happiness. With the power of faith. They are all Shiv Shakti. She was a Shiv Shakti. She never got caught up in anyone's name or form, nor could anyone get caught up in hers. She was very powerful, like the goddess Kali, but also very sweet. So Kali means she could never have had any waste thought or have seen anything wasteful. She was
सारे
always
पंजाब आज जो
intoxicated,
पावरफुल है ना,
and the power that is
जो
there
कितने
in all
पंजाब
of
में
Punjab,
बाहर की भी लड़ाइयाँ कितनी चली होंगी, उसको भी
because there are
शांत कराने
so
वाली,
many conflicts going on in
शांति
the
फैलाने वाली
area of
हमारी दादी।
Punjab, but
तो हम
Dadi
कहते हैं
had
स्पेशल मेरी
created
दादी।
peace, and so I call her my special Dadi.
तो ये एक बड़ा वैसे भक्ति मार्ग की तरह से
So
नहीं,
in
जहाँ से
Bhakti
बहुत
we
प्रेरणा मिली है,
speak about the
वो कभी याद
inspiration
भूलती
of the
नहीं है।
goddesses, but she was such an inspiration that no one could ever forget
प्रेरणा
her.
यही मिली है,
I received this inspiration from her
समर्पण होना सफल करना,
to surrender and to make
पूरा
everything
त्याग
profitable, to
की
have
मूर्ति तभी जब
to become a
समर्पण ऐसा हो
complete image of
कि सफलता
renunciation.
मूर्त हो।
And you can be that when you are the embodiment of success. That
सफलता
embodiment of
मूर्त
success is based on your total
सदा देखा है।
surrender. And we saw
और
her
कभी भी
always as the
अपने लिए
embodiment of success.
कभी मान की इच्छा नहीं रखी।
She never had any desire for recognition or
भाई दादी है
glory.
ना, दादीपन का
She is Dadi,
भान नहीं था,
but she never had that sense of being Dadi,
अपना
that arrogance of being
फर्जदारी समझ
Dadi.
करके सब में
But
शक्ति
she
भरी होंगी।
considered that this was her duty to
दादीपन
fill
का भान कभी
everyone
देखा ही नहीं।
into to fill everyone with power, but she never had that
और मेरे
attitude
को
of being
वैसे
a
तो
Dadi in an arrogant way.
मोह नहीं था,
So I
उसके
didn't
त्याग
have
को देख
attachment for her,
जो
but
दादी ने
seeing her
सही छोड़ा तो मैं यहीं
renunciation,
थी।
I was here when Dadi left her
2-3 दिन
body.
पहले यहीं ज्ञान
I
सरोवर में
had
मेरे साथ थी।
arrived 2 days before. She was
मुझे
with
ये
me,
थोड़ा बार बार भाना, ये दादी ने
and
ऐसे शरीर छोड़ दिया अपना,
Dadi left the body so suddenly. She was not in Madhuban, but she was out for service. But
लेकिन
in a
इंद्रप्रस्थ में
second,
एक छोटी सी रूम,
there was a little room in Indraprasth where she
भोजन भी
stayed
वहीं खाती,
and had lunch
सोती भी
there
वहीं,
and slept
सबसे
there
मिलती भी वहीं।
and met everyone there.
कमाल थी मेरी दादी की।
And she
एक
showed many
इंद्रप्रस्थ की छोटी
wonders.
रूम जो आजकल मेरे पास
In this
है, उसमें
tiny
रखी है।
room in
छोटी सी रूम में
Indraprasth,
बाहर भी आकर के
she
बैठ
would
करके
come out,
नहीं बैठ
sit
कर भोजन
there,
खाया होगा, अंदर
and
ही
have
अंदर। कोई
food
मिलेगा ना, वो
inside.
वहीं
If she had to meet anyone, it
सोना
would
भी
be
वहीं।
in there, and she would sleep in there, just next to where Dadi
मेरी दादी
Janki
है, कुछ
stays
उसको
in
होना
Pandavavan.
चाहिए। असल इच्छा
She didn't have
मात्रम
any
अविद्या देखना
desire
होगा।
whatsoever. If you want to see someone who has no desire, see
कभी
her.
यज्ञ में कभी इसने इच्छा कभी देखा ही नहीं है ना।
And we never saw her having any desire at all.
और कभी तो इसका समर्पण कराना ऐसा भी,
And
और
the
फिर
way
कई
that she
ब्राह्मणों को
got
भी
people
समर्पण कराने में
surrendered,
वाट्स
not
बनाने
just
दादी
only
ने
her
बना
family,
दिया।
but other Brahmins who was
ब्राह्मणों को भी
surrendered,
पता
who
से
became the inheritors,
हमको टाइम लग
immediately
गया,
surrendered. Maybe I took a little time, but she
पूछते
got
रहते
people
हैं,
to
पूछते
become
ऐसे ऐसे
surrendered immediately.
या
Otherwise, we
समर्पण होने
ask a
का शो
little
करते हैं,
bit.
भी
And
समर्पण
some
समारोह
people,
बना लो।
they say, oh, we have to have a surrender
कुछ नहीं,
ceremony, and they do a lot of show about their surrender, but she did
तो
nothing
ये
of the sort.
वर्णन शब्दों में नहीं होता है।
And so I don't know what words
परसों
to
वहाँ
describe
समर्पण
her
ये
in.
सम्मान समारोह था ना, तो
There was
इसमें
a
से बड़ा
surrender ceremony a
भाई
couple of
ऐसी
days
कोई
ago,
अच्छी बात होती है
and someone
जिसकी
said,
फीलिंग इतनी होती है जैसे अब वर्णन करने शब्द नहीं होते,
sometimes there are things that are so
शब्दों में
extraordinary
नहीं
that
बताया
you
जा सकता।
don't have words to describe them, and I feel this way about Dadi
पर
Chandramani.
practically
Practically,
proof देकर के
she
प्रमाण
gave
देकर
the
के परिवर्तन हो
proof
सकता है।
that total personal transformation is possible.
किसको अपन में परिवर्तन लाना हो ना,
So if anyone wishes to bring change into themselves,
अपन में लाना हो तो प्रूफ हमारे पास बहुत है।
I have many people who can show that this is possible, and especially Dadi Chandramani. You can also see this in Dadi Prakashmani.
जो आज फिर बाबा ने ऐसी गहरी बात कान में कह दिए हम बच्चों को
Baba says such deep things into
किसके
our
लिए
ears
मन में घृणा रखना
that
पाप है
if you have any hatred in your mind for
उसका
anyone, it
तिरस्कार
is
करना
sin.
नफरत रखना पाप
If
है
you
उसका दंड
feel
मिलेगा
any
आज वो दंड मिलेगा
malevolence for anyone, it is sin, and you will
नहीं तो
experience the
मुरली पढ़ेंगी पता नहीं कैसे
consequences of that
यहाँ
and
आपको सुनाएंगे
suffering.
कैसे पढ़ते ही आँख खुल गई कान खुल
And
गए
by reading this Murli, my eyes and
तो
ears
कल बाबा ने
opened
कहा
up.
ना दान
Baba
किसको कहा जाता
mentioned
है
yesterday the definition of donation.
जो बाप को देता है बाप ही उनको देता है लेन देन है
There is a give and
भक्ति में
take
भावना
between
का
the
भाव
soul and God.
जिस
There
कामना से
is
करता है वो बात पूरी
faith
करता है
in
वो एक जन्म के
bhakti,
लिए होता है
and they give something
और
in the
दूसरे
name
जन्म
of
में
God
फिर
for
अच्छा
one
कर्म करना
life,
पड़े
and then in the next life they have to again do good
पूर्वानुसार मिला
karma. They got benefit from their
दूसरे जन्म में
previous
करना
birth's
पड़ेगा
charity, but then they still
यहाँ
have
तो
to
एक
do
ही जन्म
something
की
for the
गारंटी
next
है
birth, whereas here in one birth we have the guarantee
वैदिक
for
परमात्मा से
21
लेन
births.
देन में
We have a
21
direct give
जन्म तो
and
क्या है कि
take
पीढ़ी की गारंटी है
with the Supreme Soul. It is a guarantee
बीच
for
में दुख का
21
नाम निशान नहीं
generations, and there will not be the name or trace of
तो
sorrow
बाकी भी जैसे
in
चक्कर
that
की
whole time.
जैसे ज्ञान की चक्र का ज्ञान है बुद्धि
And
में
so we don't
पर
just
वो
have the
स्मृति
cycle of
से
knowledge
हम
in our
थे
intellect, but we know we
हैं
were this, we are
होंगे
this, we will be
ये जो
this.
नशा चढ़ा
The
हुआ है
intoxication of this,
तो लगता है परम पूज्य परमात्मा परम पूज्य है
you feel that he is the supremely worship
तो उसकी
worthy
पूजा
Supreme
नहीं की जा
Soul,
सकती है
and
पर
you
दिल
do
में
not
उसके
worship
लिए
him, but in your heart you have
क्या
such
करें
feelings for him. What should you do
क्या कहे
in
उसको
his
कैसी पूजा
name?
करें
How can you show your
वो हमको
recognition
पूज्य
of
बनाता है
him? He makes us worship worthy.
पुजारी से
He makes
विकारी
us
पुजारी से
from viceful
निर्विकारी पूज्य बनाता है
worship-worthy
इसलिए ऐसे
worshippers
परम
into
पूज्य की
viceless
कैसे पूजा
worship-worthy
करें
people. And so how can you worship him, but yet you
हमारा
feel
प्रभु आत्मा को इतना
such
लायक
intense
बना करके
feeling?
शरीर
He
पूजा
makes
करने के लिए
us
से बना
so
देता है
worthy so that we become worshipped.
ब्राह्मण की पूजा नहीं हो सकती
It's not possible
ब्राह्मण से
to
पवित्र
worship a Brahmin, but Brahmins
कलश है
have the power of purity,
सत्व प्रधान आत्मा बनती
and they become completely pure
तो
souls.
सत्युग में ऐसे लायक
And
बन
then
करके राज्य
they
करते
become so worthy that they can rule in the
और
golden
द्वापर में
age,
हमारे
and then in the copper age,
हम भले उस घड़ी
though at that time
सत्युग से उतर के नीचे आ गए
we
हैं
will have come down from the
वे
golden age
पूजा
and
हमारी
stage, but
मूर्ति
still
की करते हैं
they
इसी
worship
आधार से
the
भक्ति चलती
images
है
of us, and it's on that basis that bhakti continues.
और प्यारा बाबा
But most beloved Baba, sweet Baba,
इतना ही कह सकते प्यारा बाबा
this
मीठा
much I can say, beloved
आपकी
Baba,
सेवा
sweet
ऐसी
Baba,
है
your service is such
गुप्त सच्ची
secret,
जो हमारे अंदर ही अंदर
honest,
चेंज करते हो
that it changes us from deep within.
और चेंज जो करते का करने वाला है ना इतना होशियार है
And he is so clever to cause this change to
कैसी भी
happen
आत्मा को अंदर
that
अपना
no
बना
matter
के
what the state of the soul is, he
कहता है
makes
ये
the soul his own.
बच्चे का निश्चय है ना
And he
तभी
says,
विजय
well,
पड़ी
this child has faith and therefore they will be successful. They will be victorious
बच्चे का निश्चय था
because of the power of
नहीं
faith.
मैंने विजय पहनाई पर बच्चे का निश्चय
It's
था
not that I
अंदर
got
बुद्धि
him
को
or
निश्चय
her
वाला
to
बनाया
be
एक
victorious,
बुद्धि
but they
पक्की
had
रखी विजय
faith,
हो गई
and therefore victory took place.
और विजय कैसी
And
जो
so
ये जो आज नफरत रखना भी ये
Baba
रावण के
said
अंश है
it is a sign of a trace of Ravan to have any feelings of hatred for anyone, no matter how someone is.
बाबा कितना
They feel, you feel from inside, Baba is so detached and he is so full of good feelings and good wishes for everyone.
अच्छा नहीं है
And if you say to Dadi someone is good, she says, oh, who is not good?
कौन अच्छा नहीं है
Who is not good? She says, if you try to identify someone as good, this is Dadi
ऐसी
Prakash
सबके
Mani.
लिए दया
And so to have the feeling of compassion and love for everyone, to take the inheritance from God to such an extent and give happiness to everyone, to be a master destroyer of sorrow and bestower of peace. Doesn't matter how much somebody may have given sorrow, but you would never give the return of that. and not even to remind them that they gave you
दया
sorrow,
भाव से स्नेह देना
by the feeling of compassion to give love.
कमाल है
This is the
बाबा के
wonder
बड़ी
of
दिल की
Baba's
सच्ची दिल से हम वर्षा ले ले
true
बाबा की बड़ी
heart.
दिल
Baba's
और सच्ची
great
दिल
heart and our true heart enables
ये है
us to
वर्षा
get the inheritance. In fact, it is the inheritance.
जो बाप के गुण है ना
Whatever are the qualities of the Father,
प्यार में बाबा शक्ति देता है
Baba gives us power through his love
वर्षे का अधिकारी बनाने के लिए
and makes us the ones who can claim our rights.
दादी चंद्रमन के गुणों की
And
बताऊं आपको
so I tell you the rosary of Dadi
त्याग में
Chandramani's
100%
virtues later, but
और
in
तपस्या तो ऐसी कभी
renunciation
उसको
she's
झटका नहीं
100%, and her tapasya was such that she never would have nodded off in meditation
कभी
or in
अमृत
any
वेला
way
में सो
become
लेते
tired or ever missed
ज्ञान
Amrit
सरोवर वाले
Vela.
कहते
The
दादी
people
दादी इस
of
कांटे से पैदल जाती थी
Jandra of Gyansarova say that Dadi used
अमृत
to
योग कराने के
walk
लिए
for yoga
बार
at
नहीं थी
Amrit Vela, and there weren't
ज्ञान
cars
सरोवर
at that
से
time. From
राजऋषि
Gyansarovar,
भवन में
she would come to
यहाँ के
Rajrishi
रहने वालों
Bhavan.
को है ना
For
बैठे
the
रहो
people
कहाँ
who
है सब
live
भाग
here,
सामने
some
बैठे
of
ना
them have their
कोने में
hands
क्यों
up
बैठे
that
हो
they were there. So Daddy says, why are you all sitting in the back?
तपस्या दादी जो अमृत वेला वहाँ कराने जाती थी
So
ऐसा
Daddy
कौन है
used to
अभी
come
आजकल
to conduct a meditation at that time.
न
There
खुद
isn't
करते हैं
anyone
न
now
सेवा करते हैं
who
उस
do
टाइम
this nor
ऐसा है
who
दादी
serve. So
थोड़ी
Daddy
ऐसी
had
शरीर
so much power to walk that way in the early
कभी
morning to
शरीर को
conduct
कुछ हुआ होगा
meditation.
तो
No matter
दिखाया
what
कभी
happened to her in a bodily sense, it would never be visible.
ऐसा अशरीरी भव का जो बाबा का मंत्र है
So
ना
she had
पक्का
this
किया हुआ है
attitude
देह
of
अभिमान का
being
अंश नहीं
bodiless. She had not the slightest trace of ego.
कभी देखा ही नहीं
It was never
मुरली
visible.
में कहती हूँ गुस्सा भी कभी किया नहीं
She never
पर
got
काली
angry
रूप
with
जरूर थी
anyone, but she was definitely the form of Kali.
और मुस्कुरा के
She would
बस
smile and
बात
anything
पूरी हो गई
negative would be finished off.
मुस्कुराना तो उन जैसा कोई मुस्कुराना
Nobody could
आजकल कोई
smile
मुस्कुराता
like
नहीं उन
her.
जैसा नहीं कोई मुस्कुराता
Nobody today can smile like she did.
रियल जैसे मस्त
She had this real intoxicated smile where everything, she said, it's all nothing. She fixed everything just with
तो
her
ऐसी
smile.
हमारी बाबा के साथ साथ
And so
प्रैक्टिकली जैसे दीदी वैसे हमारी चंद्रमा
there are
दादी
some
ऐसे
daddies
क्या
like
बताऊं फिर
Didi
गुरुवार का दिन
Manmohini, Dadi
हाँ मुरली सुनो
Chandramani.
अभी
Okay,
भोग भी
now
लगेगा
I'll tell you the
और
I'll
फुल
read the
अमृत सभा आज
Murli
होना
and we'll all have
इसमें
Bhog
बताओ
together. We'll
आज
offer
कौन
Bhog
जाने वाले
together.
हैं
So who's leaving today?
आज
Daddy's asking, put your hands up if you're leaving today.
अच्छा तो मैंने कहा है तो यहाँ से जल पी के फिर
After
दादी काट में चलो फिर मैं छुट्टी दे
Amrit,
दूँगी okay?
after the nectar, go to Daddy's cottage
मीठे
and take
बच्चे
leave of Daddy before you go. Sweet children,
तुम्हें नशा चाहिए
you need
जितना परिवर्तन
intoxication.
करना हो ना अभी मधुबन की ऐसी
As much as you have
शहरी
to
ऐसी
transform
है
while you
तो
are
हो
here in
जाएगा
Madhuban,
कर लेंगे तो हो
let
जाएगा
it
करेंगे
happen.
तो हो
It will
जाएगा
happen
संकल्प
if you
करेंगे ना
do, if you put forth the
हो
thought,
जाएगा
it will definitely happen.
तुम्हें नशा चाहिए
You need the intoxication
कि हमारा परलौकिक बाप
that
वंडर ऑफ द वर्ल्ड
our Supreme Father
स्वर्ग बनाता
is creating heaven, the
इसका
wonder of
मालिक
the
बना
world, and making us into its masters.
पर्सन बाप
Question.
के संग से
With the
हमें
company
क्या
of the
क्या प्राप्ति
Father,
होती है
through the company of the Father, what do you attain?
किसी की आंख तो बंद नहीं होनी चाहिए एकदम की बातें सुना रही हूँ
So everyone's
मैं
eyes should
बार
be
बार
wide
ये
open
करती
like
हूँ
Chandramani
अलर्ट
Dadi,
रहने का
and I'm reminding you to remain very attentive and alert
कहना
as you
नहीं
listen
भूलते
to Baba's
अलर्ट
great
रहने का
words.
अंदर से अपन पुरुषार्थ से ऐसे
And in this way, it will help you to have
खुदा
very
के लिए
good
वरदान
quality
देना
effort, and you'll be able to
सारी रात
take
नींद न भी की हो
blessings
मुरली के
from
साथ
Baba. Even if you couldn't sleep the whole
झूले
night,
में
you will
झूले
still be very alert and awake,
मुरली
swinging
से
in
क्या
the joy
फायदा है
of the Murli
कोई अड़का
and enjoying
बता
the
देना
attainment from the Murli.
जो जाने वाले को मिस न हो
So Sister Alka will write
मुरली
all
क्या
these
क्या काम
things
करती
and
है
let you all receive that as to exactly what
जगह
work the
खाली है
Murli
इसमें
does.
अच्छा बाप के संग से
In the company
मुक्ति और
of the
जीवन मुक्ति के
Father,
अधिकारी बन जाते हैं।
we have the right to mukti and jivan
बाप
mukti,
का
liberation
संस्कार
and
देता है।
liberation in life.
बाबा हमें अपना बनाकर
Baba
इस
has
काल
made
तक-
us his own
बाबा हमें अपना बनाकर आज तक
until today.
त्रिकालदर्शी बना देता है।
He has made us knowledgeable and aware of the three aspects of time.
हम रचता और रचना के आदि मध्य को जान
We
जाते हैं।
now know the knowledge of the Creator and the beginning, middle and end of the creation. The song is, "Have patience, O man, your days of happiness are not far away."
धीरज धर। ओम शांति ये कौन कहता है?
Who says Om
बच्चों को
Shanti?
बाप कहते हैं।
The children
सब बच्चों
are
को
told
कहना
Om
होता- सब
Shanti
बच्चों को
by
कहना
the
होता
Father,
है।
and he says Om
क्यों सब
Shanti
दुखी
to
हैं?
all the children because all are
बाबा
sorrowful.
एक ही टाइम हमारे सामने
At
मुरली
one
चला रहे हैं।
time, Baba is
सारे
telling
विश्व
us
को
the
सामने
Murli
रखता है।
and keeping the souls of the whole world in
सब
front of
दुखी
him.
है,
He says
सब
all
धीर
are
है।
sorrowful and they don't have any patience.
बाप को याद करते हैं, अगर दुख से लिबरेट करो।
They remember the
सुख का रास्ता
Father
बताओ।
and ask for freedom from sorrow, and they
अब
want the
मनुष्यों
way
को,
to
उसमें भी
peace.
खास भारतवासियों को,
Especially in
मनुष्यों को,
Bharat,
उसमें भी
people
खास भारतवासियों को ये याद नहीं है
do not remember
कि हम भारतवासी बहुत
that
सुखी थे।
we Bharatvasis used to be very happy.
भारत प्राचीन से प्राचीन,
Bharat is the ancient
प्राचीन
most
से
land.
प्राचीन वंडरफुल लैंड था।
It was the ancient most wonderful land.
वंडर ऑफ द वर्ल्ड कहते हैं ना।
It was called, they speak of
ये
the
माया
wonder of
के
the
राज्य
world,
में
but in this kingdom of Maya,
7 वंडर्स गाए जाते हैं।
they speak of the 7 wonders of the world,
वह स्थूल वंडर्स।
but those are physical wonders.
बाप समझाते हैं ये
Baba
माया के
explains
wonders है।
that these are the wonders of
स्थूल
Maya,
wonders जो है ना,
these physical
आगरा का
wonders,
ताजमहल भी है।
like for example the Taj Mahal is one of them in Agra.
तो ये जो स्थूल है ना,
These
ये
are
माया
physical
के wonders
wonders belonging to Maya,
हैं, जिसमें दुख है।
and there is sorrow in those.
राम बाप का वंडर है,
Whereas the wonder of Ram Bap, the
वही
Father,
है वंडर ऑफ द वर्ल्ड।
is heaven. That is the
भारत
real
स्वर्ग
wonder of
था,
the world. This land of Bharat used to be
हीरे
heaven,
जैसा था,
and it was like diamonds,
वहाँ देवी देवताओं का राज्य था।
where the deities used to rule, and we know this.
बच्चे जानते हैं,
You children know this.
बल भारतवासी भूल गए
But the
हैं।
Bharatvasis have forgotten
देवताओं के
this,
आगे माथा टेकते
and
हैं,
so they bow their
पूजा
heads in
करते
front of
हैं,
the
पर जिनकी
deities
पूजा
and they
करते हैं,
worship them, but they
उनके
have no
biography को
idea of
जानना
the
तो चाहिए ना।
biography of those whom they worship, though they should know
ये
this.
बेहद का बाप बैठ समझा।
It is the unlimited Father sitting here explaining all these
यहाँ तुम
things.
आए हो, पालो
You
के
have
बाप
come
के पास।
here to be with the
पालो के
super
बाप है
mundane
स्वर्ग
Father,
स्थापन करने
and
वाला।
He is the one who establishes
ये
heaven.
कार्य कोई मनुष्य नहीं
No
कर सकता।
human being can accomplish this task.
उनको ब्रह्मा को भी कहते हैं, हे कृष्ण की
To Brahma, he says, "Hey, old Tamu Pradhan soul of Krishna,
की पुरानी तमो प्रधान आत्मा,
hey, old Tamu Pradhan soul of Krishna,
तुम अपने जन्मों को नहीं
you
जानते
do
हो।
not know your
ये
births."
गीता का वर्ड बहुत accurate है।
And this is a direct statement from the Gita, quote
जैसे
from the
उसने बाबा
Gita.
को कहा ना, बाबा आप इसमें आए, हम भी आपके पास आ गए।
And so Baba came into this one, and I also came to this one, and I got the understanding that this is his last birth, and it's my last birth as well. When this feeling is there, it's such a great fortune.
तुम कृष्ण थे,
You used to be Krishna, and you used to be completely pure, then you took 84 births and became Tamu Pradhan. You had many different names, and now your name has been given as Brahma.
बाबा उसको कहते हैं, तुम्हारा
So
नाम
Shiv
क्या?
Baba says to Brahma Baba, your name is Brahma
ब्रह्मा
Baba.
मुखवंशाली ब्राह्मण।
And the Brahmins are born through the mouth of Brahma, and they become deities. And then these deities eventually become Shudras, and now you have become Brahmins. Now the Father is sitting here explaining to you Brahmins. And so Brahmins get the understanding. Those who are the warrior quality, they do not understanding. Anyone who has battling going on in their intellect, they won't understand. And those who are the ones who worry, these are the business people, quality, they're worrying, they won't be able to understand these points.
चिंता ज्ञान को बैठाने नहीं देती,
Because worry doesn't allow knowledge to fit into your
ब्राह्मणों को
intellect.
समझाता हूँ,
So Baba says, I speak to the
यह है
Brahmins,
भगवानोवाच,
and it is God who is
तुम हो गए
speaking,
student,
and so you are all students.
तो तुमको कितनी खुशी होनी
So
चाहिए,
you should be very happy about this,
पर इतनी खुशी
but
रहती
you're
नहीं.
not all that happy about it.
Attention please.
So please pay attention.
इतनी खुशी रहती नहीं है.
You are not so happy
धनवान
as you
भी धन
should
के
be.
नशे में रहते हैं.
If you are wealthy, then you're very intoxicated and happy about all that wealth. People who are wealthy in the world, but here you are the children of God and you know this, but you're not that happy about it. Those wealthy people are happy about their wealth, but you are the children of God and you're not so happy about it. What is all this? Now, Baba is making you worthy of being placed into a temple. So, Anthony, have the experience of how happiness makes you healthy and show everyone this in a practical way. Then there's no need to go anywhere. Say, Baba, it's your wonder you've made me so healthy and happy. He's your surgeon, he's your doctor, he's your beloved, your spouse. Baba is everything, so he's a magician also, so magically he'll make you happy and healthy. So now Baba is here to make you worthy of being placed in the temple, but Maya's company is not less. It is said that you drown by the wrong company, but the company of the Father brings you into liberation and liberation in life, but the company of Ravan brings you into degradation. The company of the 5 vices is there and affecting. In bhakti they use the word satsang, company of the truth, but still they are descending the ladder. And if anybody stumbles when climbing a ladder, they will definitely fall off and hit the ground. The bestower of salvation to all is the one Father, and no matter who someone is, they would definitely point their finger upwards towards God. And without the Father, other than the Father, who can introduce the children to themselves? The Father introduces himself to you children. He makes you his own, and he also gives you the knowledge of the beginning, continuation, and end of the world. The Father says, I have come in order to make you knowledgeable, theist. And I make you into the seers of the 3 aspects of time. I make you a theist, that means those who know God, a gnostic. This is drama. And these sadhus and saints do not know this. Those are limited films. This is an unlimited one. And in this unlimited drama, we have seen a great deal of happiness, and we've also seen a lot of sorrow. It's a wonderful thing Baba is saying in this drama. There is such an incredible account, karmic account, between Krishna and the Christians. The Christians fought and took over Bharat. They conquered Bharat and ruled here. And now you are not fighting. They fought with each other. They fight with each other, the different factions of the Christians, and you will take the butter of the world. So therefore you must remove even the slightest trace of being aggressive. All this is fixed in the drama, and there is no one who knows this. The giver of knowledge, the ocean of knowledge, is the one Father who brings salvation to everyone. In Bharat it used to be the kingdom of deities in a state of salvation, and all the other souls were in liberation at that time. Bharat was golden,
तुम ही राज करते थे।
and you used to rule there.
था ऐसा, वहाँ तुम ही राज करते
It
थे।
used to be like that, and you used to rule there.
सतयुग में
In the
सूर्यवंशी
golden
राज
age,
था।
it was the kingdom of the
तुम
dynasty of the
सत्यनारायण की
sun,
कथा सुनते
and now
हो।
you are listening to the
नरसेन
story of
नारायण
becoming
बनने के
true
लिए कथा।
Narayan. That is the story of how you turn from an ordinary man into Narayan.
यह भी बड़े बड़े अक्षरों में लिख दो।
And you must write this in large letters,
सच्ची गीता से
that from the true Gita,
भारत सचखंड
this land of Bharat,
कौन बनता है?
become
बाप
who,
आकर
who
सच्ची
makes
गीता
this land of
सुनाते हैं।
Bharat into the land of truth. It is the Father who
सहज
comes to
राजयोग
teach the
सिखलाते
true
हैं।
Gita and teach easy
वर्त
Raj
पाउंड बन
Yoga,
जाते हैं।
and then you become worth pounds.
बाबा
Baba
टोट के तुमको बहुत अच्छा समझाता है।
explains everything very clearly.
परंतु बच्चे देह मान के
But
कारण भूल
because you
जाते हैं।
children have body consciousness, you forget these
मैं
things.
नहीं छुआती हूँ, दादी अच्छा तो छुआ देती है।
I'm not asking you to put your hands up,
हर
though
एक अपने से
Daddy does,
पूछे,
but each one should ask
याद रहता है बाबा
themselves,
टोट के या भूल जाते हैं।
do you remember what Baba is saying, or do you forget it?
अगर याद रहता है तो
If you remember it, then
भूल
that's
जाते हैं
great.
ना
If you forget it, then that's what you turn into, a forgotten
देह
person.
मान के कारण भूल जाते हैं।
Because of
देही
body
अभिमानी
consciousness, you
बने तो
forget.
धारणा भी हो
When
गया।
you become soul conscious, then you'll be able to
देह मान
inculcate
के
this
कारण
knowledge. But it
धारणा
is
अगर
because
होती नहीं,
of ego that you do
बाप
not
समझाते हैं।
absorb this knowledge. Baba
मैं थोड़ी
explains
कहता हूँ मैं
that
सर्वव्यापी हूँ।
I never said that I am
बाप समझाते हैं, मैं
omnipresent.
थोड़ी कहता हूँ मैं सर्वव्यापी हूँ।
I never
मैं
said
जब
I'm
को कहते ही
omnipresent.
हो, दूसरी बात अच्छी सुन लो, टोट के
So collect up the
अच्छी से
points
बात
that
सुन
Baba
लो।
is telling.
तो माता पिता
They say you are the mother and father.
इसका अर्थ क्या?
So what's the meaning of that?
क्या अर्थ है? तुम कहते हो माता पिता,
You say mother and
इसका अर्थ
father.
क्या?
So the
तुम्हारी
meaning
कृपा
is
से सुख घनेरा।
that you receive happiness because
अभी वो
of
दुख
his
है, ये ज्ञान किस समय का है?
grace. So now you have
ये
sorrow.
भी नहीं
So
समझते
this
हो।
praise belongs to which
जैसे
period?
पंछी
People
है ना,
don't understand. They
चू चू
just
चू चू करते रहते हैं।
speak, they chirp like birds, but they don't, their sound doesn't have any meaning.
वैसे ये भी चू 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 करते रहते हैं।
And so these people in the world, they're just chirping along like birds meaninglessly. There's no meaning in what they're
बाबा
saying.
समझाते
But
हैं
Baba sits here and explains
कैसे ये सब
how
है अनराइटियस।
all these people are
किसने
unrighteous.
अनराइटियस बनाया इनको?
And who
रावण
made
ने
them
बनाया।
unrighteous? That is Ravan.
बात सचखंड था,
And
सब सच
this
बोलते
land of Bharat used to be the land of
चोरी
truth, where
ठगी
everyone used to
आदि कुछ
speak
नहीं
the
था।
truth and there was no cheating or stealing,
यहाँ कितनी
etc.
चोरी
But
आदि
here
करते हैं।
there is enormous amount of theft going
दुनिया में
on.
तो ठगी ठगी
In the
है,
world there is just cheating
इसको
and
कहा ही
theft,
जाता है
and so
पापों की
it is
दुनिया,
called the world of sin,
माना दुख की दुनिया।
which is the world of
सत्युग को
sorrow.
कहा जाता
The
है
golden
सुख की
age is called the
दुनिया।
world of happiness,
ये विशेष
and this is a vicious
वैशाल्य,
brothel.
विशेष वैशाल्य
Is a
सत्युग
viceful
ऐश्वर्य।
brothel, and the golden
बाप
age
की सब
is the
अच्छी
world of
समझाते हैं।
Shiva. Baba explains you everything very clearly and well.
एक एक बात सब
Each and every
कितना
point
अच्छे
is
समझाते हैं।
clarified,
नाम भी कितना अच्छा है।
and the name is very good. Brahma Kumari Ishwari Vishwavidyalaya, the world spiritual university of Brahma Kumaris.
बाप अगर समझदार बनाते हैं,
And Baba comes and makes you
कहते
very
हैं
knowledgeable.
समझदार
He
किसको कहा
says,
जाता है?
who is called
बाप
intelligent? The
विश्वविद्यालय
Father
बाप
has
आकर
this
समझदार
spiritual
बनाते हैं,
university in which he
विकारों को
makes you
जीतो,
intelligent and says you conquer all
तो तुम
these
जगत जीत
vices,
बनेंगे।
and then you will
ये
become the
काम
conqueror
मान
of the
शत्रु
world.
है,
Lust is your great
बच्चे
enemy.
बुलाते भी
You
हैं,
children call me
इसलिए है कि हमको आकर गॉड गॉडेस बनाओ।
to make you into gods and
बाप की
goddesses,
यथार्थ महिमा तुम ही जानते
and
हो।
it is only you who know the accurate description
यथार्थ
of God.
महिमा कि तुम ही बच्चे जानते हो। आसुरी संप्रदाय
And the people of the
न
devilish
बाप को
community
जानते,
neither
न
know
बाप
the
की
Father,
महिमा को
nor do they
जानते।
know the praise or description of the
तुम
Father.
जानते हो।
You know.
अभी और बाप की महिमा सुनो। वह
Here is
प्यार का
further
सागर है।
information about him. He is the ocean of
बाप
love,
तुम बच्चों को इतना ज्ञान
and
सुनाते
he gives you
हैं,
so much information.
यही तो उनका प्यार है।
This is his love, that he fully informs you and gives you all the information. He gives you so much knowledge, and this is love. You should be smiling about that.
इतना ही तो प्यार है।
This is his love.
है
Can you feel that?
टीचर स्टूडेंट को पढ़ाते
A
हैं
teacher
तो
teaches the
स्टूडेंट क्या बन
students,
जाता है
and then the students
तो
are
बच्चों को भी
completely
बाप
transformed.
जैसा प्यार का सागर बनना है
So
प्यार से कोई को
you
भी समझना
have to become oceans of love like Baba and explain to anyone with
ऐसा प्यार
love.
का सागर बनाता है
Become an ocean of love
महाराज
like the
ऐसे बनाता
Father
है किसको भी प्यार से समझाना
and
है
explain to anyone
बाप
with
कहते
love.
हैं
Baba says,
तुम एक दो के लिए भी प्यार रखो
you must have a lot of love for each other.
अटेंशन प्लीज
Please pay attention to this.
नंबर 1 प्यार है बाप का
The number one form of love is to inform another one of the details of the Father.
तुम गुप्त दान करते हो ना
So you are giving secret donations.
एक दो के लिए घृणा भी नहीं रहनी चाहिए
You should not have any hatred for each other.
नहीं तो तुमको भी डंडे खाने
Otherwise,
पड़ेंगे
you will have to suffer for it.
ये अंडरलाइन करना
Underline this.
कोई कैसा भी कुछ किया है
It doesn't matter what anybody did,
तो तुमको डंडे खाने पड़ेंगे
but if you have any hatred for them about that, you're the one who's going to have to suffer for it. So this is a revised course, Murli, but still, do you remember that Baba said this? Nobody remembers.
किसी का तिरस्कार करेंगे तो डंडे खाएंगे
If you say bad things about people, you will also experience suffering. So this is Dharmaraj talking.
कभी भी किसी नफरत नहीं रखो
Do not feel any hatred for anyone or any malevolence.
देह मान में आने से ही पतित बने हो
If you become body conscious, then you become impure, and Baba is making you soul conscious, and then you become pure. Explain to everyone
चक्कर पूरा हुआ है
that this cycle of 84 is now finished,
महाराजा
and those who were the great emperors and empresses of the dynasty of the sun passed through 84 births and declined, and eventually hit the ground.
सूर्य सीढ़ी का चित्र रखो सामने
So keep the ladder in front of you and see how the decline took place and how these emperors of the world eventually hit the ground. Now Baba is once again making you into the emperors and empresses of the world. So invite others to become this as well. Baba simply says, remember me exclusively,
पावन बन जाएंगे
and then you will become pure.
तो बच्चों को रहम दिल बन
You children have to become merciful, and for the whole day,
रहम दिल बन सारा दिन सर्विस के ख्याल चलाने चाहिए
you should think about service.
बाप डायरेक्शन देते रहते हैं
Baba continues to give you directions about this. So become merciful, sweet children, because these poor, sorrowful souls have to be made happy.
उन्हें पत्र लिखना चाहिए
You should write brief letters to them.
ये हमारी गायत्री अच्छी सेवा करेगी
So Sister Gayatri does a lot of service like this.
व्यवहार करके
She serves many people through letters, so I feel very grateful to her.
काम खुद करती है
She puts my name at the bottom of the letter, but she's the one who does the work.
रख देती है वो काम वो करे
She does the work, but my name goes on the bottom of the letter.
तो कह लिखती है देखो ठीक है
And then she shows me and asks me if this is okay, and I say, well, of course it is. So if you get hands like this of Baba, then
वैसे कहते हैं हर एक को अपनी अपनी भगवान की तरफ से कोई थोड़ा गुण था ना उसको गिफ्ट के रूप में मिल गया
so Baba has said that he gives you your qualities in the form of gifts, and if you use them like that, so write them brief letters that Baba says, remember me and you will receive your inheritance. And so when people are sustained like this, so Sister Julia is also part of this. Where is Sister Julia? Put your hand up so Daddy can see you.
भाई इसको तो देखो सामने बैठना चाहिए ना
You should definitely sit in front.
ढूंढना पड़ता है इसलिए
Otherwise
मैं
I
सामने
have to
बैठती
look
हूँ,
for
अभी भी
you.
बाबा के सामने बैठती हूँ बाबा को ढूंढना न पड़े मेरे
So Daddy, Baba should not have to look for you in a big crowd. Should be right in front.
एक शिव बाबा की महिमा मनुष्यों को
So
बाप
there
के
is the
महिमा
praise
का
of
पता
one
नहीं है
Shiv Baba that people do not know. You can write letters in
सर्विस करने का भी
Hindi,
बच्चों को हौसला होना चाहिए
and you people should become very clever in doing
सर्विस करने का भी बच्चों को
service.
हौसला होना चाहिए बहुत है
There are many
उनको आप घात करने बैठ जाते हैं उन्हें नहीं समझा
who
सकते हो कहीं
try
बेचारे
to
कुछ
commit
सोचते हैं,
suicide, and they have these thoughts, suicidal
बेचारे
thoughts,
अंदर में दुखी होते हैं
because they're
तो उनको
so
समझाते
sorrowful. So
ये
you talk
जीव
to
घात
those people
महापाप है
and tell them, no, this is
तुम
a very
बच्चों
wrong
को
thing to
श्रीमत देने
do.
वाला शिव बाबा है
Shiv Baba is
वह
here to
है
give you
श्री श्री
directions.
शिव
He
बाबा
is the
तुमको
supremely pure
बनाते
Shiv
श्री लक्ष्मी
Baba,
और
and he's
नारायण
making you into Sri Narayan and Sri
श्री श्री
Lakshmi.
एक ही है
There's only one
वह
who's
कभी
the
चक्कर
purest
में
of the
आते नहीं
pure.
है
So
बाकी
he never
तुमको
comes into
स्वीकार
the
टाइटल
cycle of
मिलता है
birth and rebirth,
वो
but
चक्कर में नहीं आता इसलिए
you
पर
get the
तुमको स्वीकार श्री लक्ष्मी
title
श्री
of
नारायण
Sri
टाइटल मिलता
Narayan,
है
Sri Lakshmi.
आजकल तो सबको श्री
These
का
days,
टाइटल देते रहते हैं
everybody is given this
कहाँ है
title Sri.
निर्विकारी
On the one hand, these
कहाँ ये विकारी
viceless Lakshmi and Narayan,
चार
and
जन
on
का
the other
फर्क है
hand, these viceful people who
बाप
call
रोज
themselves Sri.
समझाते
Baba
रहते हैं
speaks to you
ये
each and every
आप
day,
सुनो रोज समझाते रहते हैं एक तो दैयमानी बनो
and you must inspire each other to become soul conscious.
दैयमानी बनो
Become
और
soul
सबको पैगाम
conscious
पहुंचाओ
and get this message to
पैगंबर के
everyone.
बच्चे
You
तुम
are
भी
the
पैगंबर
children of the messenger, so you are also
सर्वथा
messengers.
सदगति दाता एक ही है
He is the only one
बाकी
bestower of
धर्म
salvation
स्थापक को
to
गुरु
all,
थोड़ी कहेंगे
and the people who establish religions
सदगति
cannot be
करने
called
वाला
gurus,
सतगुरु एक ही है
but there's only one Satguru who establishes
मीठे
salvation.
मीठे
Acha.
बोलो से मीठे
So say with
मीठे
Dadi.
सिकिलधे बच्चों प्रति माता पिता बाप दादा का याद प्यार गुड मॉर्निंग रूहानी बाप की रूहानी बच्चों को नमस्ते रूहानी बच्चों की रूहानी बाप को नमस्ते कहाँ है माता पिता बाप दादा वाली
So where is Sister Sylvia who sings the song? Is she here?
अच्छा ओके धारणा के लिए मुख्य सार
So the main essence for dharna,
किससे भी घृणा व नफरत नहीं करनी है
you should not have any hatred or
रहम दिल करना
harsh feelings for anyone. Become
दुखी आत्माओं को
compassionate
सुखी बनाने
and
की सेवा
do the service of making the sorrowful souls
बाप
into
समान
happy souls.
मास्टर प्यार का सागर
Become
बनना
like the Father and Master ocean of knowledge, of love.
दूसरा भगवान के हम बच्चे हैं
Secondly, you are the children of God,
इसे खुशी और नशे में रहना है
and so you must stay in that happiness and
कभी
intoxication
माया के उल्टे संग में नहीं जाना है
and not go into the wrong company of Maya.
दैयमानी बन करके ज्ञान की धारणा करनी है
Become soul conscious and inculcate this knowledge.
वरदान
Blessing.
निम्रता रूपी कवच द्वारा
Through the shield of humility.
अच्छे से सुनो निम्रता कवच है
Humility is your shield.
निम्रता रूपी कवच द्वारा
So through your shield of humility, the waste of Ravan
जलाने वाले
should be burnt.
सच्चे स्नेही
Through your feelings of true love and cooperation.
कोई कितना भी आपके संगठन में
No matter how much
attention please
in your
कोई कितना भी
gathering,
आपके संगठन में कमी ढूंढने की कोशिश करे
no matter how much somebody comes here to find fault with you in your gathering, and you have to be attentive because there'll be people in the world who are going to look for some fault to find amongst all of you. But
स्वभाव का टक्कर किसको दिखाई न दे
you must not let them see that there's any conflict between you.
ये एक रिकॉर्ड रहा है
So you must keep this record in the yagya,
टक्कर किसको
that you do not come into conflict with anyone, so that somebody could note that.
2-3 दिन टक्कर की बात चल रही है
So if you get affected by anyone's aggression, or somebody will ask you, did something happen? And then your fast of being unaffected by these things is finished. So in the
किसी को
power
टक्कर
of this
होगा ही नहीं तो दिखाई नहीं पड़ेगा
gathering,
होगा
if there is any conflict, then and you let it be seen, then your dignity
वो
is
कोई
gone.
गाली भी दे
If anyone insults
इंसल्ट भी
you,
करे आप सेंट बन जाओ
then you must be
गाली भी
detached
दे
from that
इंसल्ट भी करे तुम सेंट बन जाओ
and remain a saint.
सबकी शक्ल देखनी पड़ती देखेंगे
And so let this be visible in your face. No matter how much somebody insults you, you don't show
अगर
your
कोई wrong भी
reaction to
करता है
it.
तो आप right
Even if
रहो
somebody does something wrong, you should remain right.
कोई टक्कर लेता है तो भी आप उन्हें सुनने का पानी दो
If someone tries to bring you into conflict, then you
क्यों
put the water
ऐसा
of
क्यों
love on that and not say,
ऐसा
what is
क्यों
this? Why is
ऐसा
this?
क्यों कर संकल्प करके
If you
आप
have that
पे तेल डाल
thought,
नहीं
it's
डालोगे
like putting oil on the fire of their
क्यों बोला ना तेल
attempt
डाला
to bring you into conflict.
निम्रता का कवच पहन करके रहो
But maintain this shield of
जहाँ
humility and
फर्स्ट
stay
टाइम
like
पहुंचता है
that.
निम्रता कवच है
And we realize that humility is a shield.
निम्रता का कवच पहन करके रहो जहाँ
So
निम्रता
always wear
होंगी
your shield of
वहाँ स्नेह और
humility.
सहयोग भी
Wherever
अवश्य
there is
होगा
humility, then love and cooperation will definitely be
स्लोगन
there. The slogan is,
मेरेपन के अनेक हद की भावनाएं
stay away from the many
मेरेपन
different
के
feelings of
अनेक हद की
possessiveness,
भावनाएं एक मेरे बाबा में समाये दो
and merge yourself in the feeling that only
ओम
one
शांति
Baba is mine, nothing else
थैंक यू
at all. Om Shanti, and thank you, Baba.
आगे हम कहते हैं मुरली हमारे साथ रहे साथ रहे साथ हम कहते हैं जब मुरली अंदर है, साथ
Now
रहे,
I used to always want the Murli to be with me. Now I want the contents of the Murli to be
ओम
within